Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a space where the right message finds you. My name is Anisha, and I help people improve their relationship with themselves and their life. So, this is a little bit about me, and I would love to know about you guys, like which part of the world you're joining us from, or perhaps what is the time there. So, feel free to share that a little bit in the comments. And until you guys do that, let me quickly share what we do here. And today is going to be a little bit different because today we are celebrating the 200th episode of Wheel of Wisdom. I guess I started Wheel of Wisdom in January of 2025, and this is April of 2026. And wow, we have completed 200 episodes. All thanks to you guys. I never, ever imagined that I would be able to be live 200 days. So, yeah, you guys loved the wheel, you guys loved me as I am, and because of that, here we are. So, a big thanks to all of you. Caitlin says, "Hi, Anisha, excited for you." Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much for, especially joining us today. It means a lot to have you because, yeah, you have been like one of those people who have been here in this space for a long, long time and consistently. So, yeah, I am deeply, deeply happy and grateful to have you in this space, dear. Um, so, for today, we are going to try a lot of different things. I'm myself not sure what we are going to do. Um, but let us maybe start with some physical books for today. Okay. So, give me a second. Caitlin says, I remember when you first showed up on the schedule. Yes. Took a few sessions for me to be able to come pop in, but this journey has been amazing. Caitlin. And I'm so thankful to the universe that you decided to join in on that day, the day you did, and that you decided to continue for a little while to get a feel of this. And I'm glad that the vibe matched and we stayed together. It has been lovely getting to know you in the space and out of it as well. So happy to have you in my life. Okay, so So I usually read virtual books, but I do have some physical books as well. So today I thought, okay, instead of starting with the wheel, instead of going to the virtual books, let's get handy. And I picked up three books, okay, that I had, and now, um, okay, let's do this. So I'm going to show you three books, and I'm going to number them. Okay. And then I will ask you guys to choose a number. And the number that first pops up in the comment, we're going to open that book and do one, reading from that book. Okay. So, yeah, we are mixing up a little. We are celebrating this and just going with spontaneity and fun. So, our first book is Don't Believe Everything You Think. And this book has been written by Joseph Nadugin. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but this is the book. Okay. So this is our first book. This is number one. Okay. The second book is The Art of Laziness, Overcome Procrastination and Boost Your Productivity. And this book has been written by it shows like library mindset. I don't know. But yeah, this is our book. Okay, this is our second book. This is book number two. So remember the numbers because I'm going to ask you guys to choose a number after this. Okay. And today we are going to play fastest finger first. So the first number that pops up, we are going to go with that. So this was our first book, Don't Believe Everything You Think. This is our second book, The Art of Laziness. And now comes our third book, a very famous book, and this is Atomic Habits, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results. And this book has been written by James Clear. Okay, so this is our third book. And now I want you guys to take a breath and out and ask the universe to guide you and all of us to the right message. And now I invite you guys to pick a number between 1 to 3. So it can be these books that comes up to your head or the number that pops up. Okay. Okay, Caitlin wins. Okay, so number 3. Caitlin is going with Atomic Habits. Okay, so let's go with that then. This is the thickest one of them all. Okay, so now, since Caitlin has chosen that number, this book for us for our first reading for today, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip through the pages and I'm going to stop at a place that my intuition feels like this is the page we need to receive a message from. Okay. So until I do that, you guys can also close your eyes and maybe think about something that you need guidance on so that when I flip these pages, the right message pops up, the guidance or support you need, comes your way. Okay, so close your eyes, think about something specific you need guidance on as I flip these pages. So we have gotten the page. So the author says, okay, let me find the starting paragraph. Yeah, okay. So the heading for this is, how long does it actually take to form a new habit? So the author says, habit formation is the process by which a behavior becomes progressively more automatic through repetition. The more you repeat an activity, the more the structure of your brain changes to become efficient at that activity. Hi, Robin. Thank you for bringing a peaceful vibration to this space, and thank you for your wish. Um, okay, so we are doing a post reading with a physical book this time. Okay, and the book is Atomic Habits, and the number has been chosen by Caitlin. Okay, so yeah, neuroscientists call this long term potentiation, which refers to the strengthening of connection between neurons in the brain based on recent patterns of activity. With each repetition, cell to cell signaling improves and the neural connection tightens. First described by neuropsychologist Donald Hebb in 1949, this phenomena is commonly known as Hebb's law. Neurons that fire together wire together. Repeating a habit leads to clear physical changes in the brain. In musicians, the cerebellum critical critical for physical movements like plucking a guitar string or pulling a violin bow is larger than it is in non-musicians. So yeah, here comes the other paragraph that came up, which is so there is this, let me show it to you. There's this graph, okay, which says the habit line. It's here it says automation, sorry, automacity, and here it says repetition. Okay. So the author says in the beginning, point A, which is here, a habit requires a great deal of effort and concentration to perform. After a few repetition, which is point B, which is here, it gets easier, but still requires some conscious attention. With enough practice, which is point C, okay, so this is the habit line, and this is the highest level of automacity and the more number of repetitions. Okay, so when we have done enough number of repetitions of a particular activity or habit, the habit becomes more automatic than conscious. Beyond this threshold, which is the habit line that I just showed you, the behavior can be done more or less without thinking. A new habit has been formed. So, mm, and let me also answer the question, which was how long does it take to build a new habit? So, the author says that this is one of the most common questions that he hears. But what people really should be asking is how many does it take to form a new habit? Like, how many repetitions does it take? How many repetitions are required to make a habit automatic? And there is nothing magical about time passing with regard to habit formation. It doesn't matter if it's been 21 days or 30 days or 300 days. What matters is the rate at which you perform the behavior. You could do something twice in 30 days or 200 times. It's the frequency that makes the difference. Your current habits have been internalized over the course of hundreds, if not thousands, of repetition. So, new habits require the same level of frequency. So, this is our answer, and this is the reading that came up. And as I was reading, Pam joined. So, hi, Pam. It's Pam's first time here. So, welcome to the space. Thank you for choosing to be here. I'm glad that the universe directed you here, and I hope that you receive something of value from this space. So, yeah, welcome. Um, and from this reading, what came up for me was, like there were certain things that it is usually said that we need 21 days or 90 days or 60 days. There are different, number of days that are popular. But what the author highlights here is that it is important that we need to, instead of forgetting about the days, we need to focus on the number of repetitions. Because after we repeat certain things, sorry, a activity or a habit certain number of times, it crosses that habit line and it becomes more automatic, meaning we do not need as much concentration, as much effort to do that same thing. So maybe, take a look at one of the things that you are trying to do more of, a habit that you're trying to cultivate, or a bad habit that you're trying to get rid of, and count the number of times that you didn't engage in that bad habit. And for the good habit, you can count the number of times you have engaged in that good habit. And and see whether you are at point A, point B, or whether you are at point C, where you have crossed the line. You don't even have to think about it. It has become natural. It has become a part of your routine. And if you are anywhere between between point A or point B, or even below that, if you are at point A, remember that it might be taking a lot of effort, it might be taking a lot of like conscious energy and pushing yourself to do that, but you are going to cross that line, after some number of repetitions. And if you are at point B, do not give up. It is going to become automatic. And if you are at point C, congratulations. Now it doesn't require any of your, um, like brain, conscious brain energy, because these habits, forming a habit, is actually helpful for our brain does that, and it stores the habits that we have formed, I think, in the brain stem. I think I am not sure if I have forgotten about it. But yeah, it does that because it conserves energy. It do not wants to, bring in all that conscious, thinking and analysis and all of that every time you do the same activity. Once you have done it a number of times, your brain is like, okay, this is how we do it. This is safe. So I can just save it in the background and I can run that in the background. I don't need to put a conscious effort. So it is a way of conserving energy for your brain. So your brain is with you when it comes to habit formation. In terms of that, it is going to be beneficial for the brain, so it is going to support you do that. So yeah, that was the reading. That is what came up for me. I hope that you receive something of value from this, and especially Caitlin, let me know if this reading resonated with you at all, if any part of it resonated. Hmm. I'm thinking what to do next now. Uh, okay. So we have a comment by Caitlin. She says, this is relevant to a meditation I listened to earlier. They explained a tip on how to form new habits too. The tortoise versus the hare. Slow and steady steps instead of drastically changing everything in your life and coming to probably overwhelm. Pick smaller shifts that are actually manageable and doable for you. Then build from there as the new routine is taking form. Exactly, I 100% agree based on my experience in trying to develop a new habit and based on what I've seen with my clients. Because initially there is so much motivation, and we are like, okay, I want to turn my life upside down. And then we fall flat on our faces after a while. It becomes too much, and we feel guilty. We blame ourselves. We think we are lazy. We think we are, inconsistent, undisciplined, and all of that. We keep on attaching labels, and we go in that direction. And for our brain, what happens is that when we have made too many changes, it's like our brain is like, okay, this is unfamiliar for me. I just need to take a break. I want to just get away from it. So your brain is not going to like too many changes or a big change. It is going to be scary for your brain. So, um, yeah, so just slow and steady wins the race. That is the, tip that Caitlin shared, and that is the one that works. Okay, before I read the next comment, I'm feeling called to now guide a meditation, which is on resistance to change, because that has been a theme for me as well, I think, for the past few weeks. So, yeah, so after I read Caitlin's comment, let us do, I guess, 20-minute meditation on resistance to change and see if you are resisting any kind of change, a change that life has thrown your way, or a change that you want to make in your life. It can be a positive change. And let's, Be with the part that is resisting it. Okay. Caitlin says, example, bedtime. Do not just decide on a new bedtime. Try instead to shift to getting into your bed like 15 minutes earlier than normal for you. Go easy with yourself and your new ways. Exactly. And yeah, and as Caitlin said, thank you, Caitlin, for explaining it with an example that is like really, really helpful. And once you develop that habit for a while, when it crosses that habit line, so the next question that comes is that, okay, I did a small thing for certain period of time. When do I know? When do I add the next step? Okay, when do I add the next thing? That's when it crosses that habit line that we just talked about when I showed you the graph in the picture. When it becomes automatic, when you no longer have to push yourself through that. And usually it does become automatic between like 21 to, I guess, 90 days around. In between that time period, it usually becomes automatic. So depending on various factors. So once you feel like, okay, it has become more automatic, it has become easier to do, I don't need to push myself, I don't need to remember to do it, then add on the next thing, which can be, like switching off the lights half an hour before going to bed so that you get a better sleep, or like turning it to yellow lights, so whatever, what, like I am just giving an example. So that's when you stack another habit. That's when you add another step to it. So that now it is not overwhelming and you haven't been too quick to add another step. So that was also another piece of guidance that we gained from the reading. Okay, guys, now let us do a meditation. Like, are you guys, well, do you guys feel like meditating for 20 minutes before we do the next reading or so? You can press the heart to let me know, the heart button here. I'm just going with the flow today. So, whatever comes to me, we are just going with that today. Okay. Okay, it seems like Robin says yes, and we have a few hearts. So, let us begin today's meditation. So, begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can choose to sit, stand, or lie down. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Take a moment to look around you, allowing yourself to arrive in this space. Become aware of your body in this space. You might notice your eyelids getting heavier. So allow them to gently close, resting them and arriving within. Noticing how you are being supported by the ground beneath you. You can let go of the weight of your body and completely melt into the surface beneath you, loosening the tight areas, melting the tension from your head and now that each cell, each fiber of your being is completely relaxed. Allow your awareness to rest on your breath. And bring to your mind a change that you are going through. Perhaps your life is changing, or maybe you are asking for a change in your life. Bring to your mind all the details related to that change. And as you bring to your mind this change, whether it is a negative change that is happening in your life, or whether it is a positive change that you are seeking, no matter the type of change, if something is changing, it means there is going to be chaos. There is going to be some level of overwhelm associated with that change. And because of this, sometimes a part of us resist these changes that are happening or that we want to happen. So take a moment to notice, where do you feel this resistance within your body? So noticing if this resistance is manifesting as tightness, heaviness, constriction, or in the form of some other sensation within your body. And gently place your attention on that part of your body where you feel this resistance to change. And as you rest your awareness on this part, imagine this resistance as if you are holding onto a branch, and you're holding onto this branch in a flowing river. The water is sometimes flowing slowly, and sometimes it is flowing faster. And you are gripping to that branch tightly, because holding on to this branch in this flowing river makes you feel safe. So, at this point, allow yourself to take a breath in, and as you exhale, soften your grip just a little. So not letting go completely, but simply loosening just a little. As you do so, notice what happens. The water is still flowing, but you are not fighting the flow as much as you did before. There is a little more space, a little less strain. You notice how you are being lifted up by the water itself. The water is carrying all of the weight of your body, and you feel lighter. Notice how it feels like to be held by the very thing you were fearing a moment ago. And as you feel this, gently whisper to yourself, I can feel safe even when things shift. I can feel safe even when things shift. I can feel safe even when things shift. I choose to soften instead of forcing things. I choose faith over fear. choose faith over fear. As you say this, you are beginning to trust the water. You feel safe as you are being held in the water. And one last time, whisper to yourself, I choose faith over fear. And gently let go of that branch and let the gentle rhythm of water carry you forward. You find yourself floating on the surface of this water, continue to breathe naturally as you float on this beautiful river, trusting that it is going to hold you and take you forward towards all that you desire, towards the life that you have always wanted. And you notice that as you are being carried forward to this beautiful life, you feel safe enough to close your eyes and feel the soft warmth of the sunlight on your face. And as you close your eyes, basking in the warm sunlight and floating on the cool water, you see the life, the beautiful life that you desire, the life that is on the other end of fear, of this change that you have been fearing. take a moment to visualize the life that you would be living if you accepted the change, if you embraced it fully. If you choose to have faith in the universe, in this change itself, so take a moment to imagine the life that you would be living maybe a few years from now. If you take in this change with an open heart, notice what you would have in this life. How would you feel? How will this change have affected you as a person? And now that you have had a glimpse of this beautiful life, when you have chosen faith over fear, faith in the change itself, faith in something larger than you, and faith in yourself, that even if the flow of river increased at any point, you have the skills, you have this beautiful mechanism in your body to support yourself in those moments until the water becomes more steady again. So repeat to yourself, I choose to trust myself as I go through this change. choose to trust myself as I go through this change. I choose trust. Trust that I am moving forward towards a life that is deeply fulfilling, a life that I have always wanted, a life beautiful beyond my wildest dreams. And all you have to do to reach there is to let go of your grip to this familiar branch, to soften it and to let go, trusting that this river that you were afraid of a moment ago is now lifting you up and it is carrying you forward. And you always have your own skills to depend upon whenever there is a faster flow in this river. So allow yourself to take a deep breath in and a slow breath out, knowing that you will reach this beautiful dream life of yours. Allow yourself to come back to your body for this moment, noticing the impact of this practice within your body, and maybe in that part that previously held your resistance, the resistance to change. See if there has been some softening or opening in this part. And if you don't notice any change, that's all right. Give yourself the time to trust and let go so that you can move forward towards something even more beautiful. And finally, when you feel ready, perhaps move your body in whatever direction it wants to be moved. Remember the water that we imagined is a part of you now because our beautiful human bodies are made of that water. So let your body flow. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Welcome back. Okay, if you guys feel called to share your experience of the meditation, you can do so in the comments. And after this, after I read the comments that comes up, we will move on to the next phase where we are going to do an intuitive reading using something I'm not sure because today we are being spontaneous. We started with some, physical books today, and then we did a meditation. And now let's see what is going to come next. In which way we are going to receive the next message that is for us. But before that, let me quickly go through the comments and say hi to the lovely humans that dropped in. Oh, lovely Robin has affirmed, that truth that we said in the meditation, which is I choose faith over fear. Ah, that is all we need to do to mm, move through that resistance to change. Okay, hi Emily. Hello, welcome. Welcome back. Avocado says, I'm struggling a lot with fear. I am fearful of everything I encounter. I can relate to that. And, you know, first of all, a hug to you, Avocado. I'm sorry that you have to feel all those unpleasant sensations um, when you encounter so many different things and all of them evoking that same sensation within you that doesn't feel pleasant. So, hug to you. And I don't know what is coming to my mind is like I'm currently watching a web series called Scorpion. I think it is on Disney Hotstar. So, yeah, so on this, there is one guy who whose name is Sly, and he's afraid of everything, a lot of things, like germs, water, fire, heights, and so on. And yet, you know, when it comes to what really matters, he shows up and faces those things. And, you know, that is like really inspiring for me because I am afraid of a lot of things. And that, just reminds me of this truth, of this like really helpful way of being, which is that gain clarity on what matters most to you in different areas of your life. And And when and if you're doing something that helps you move closer to those values, that is aligned with those values, that helps you closer to what matters most to you, then do it despite the fear. Do it while feeling the fear. I know it feels unpleasant, and in those moments you can be kind to yourself, you can show compassion, but despite that feeling of fear, do it. Move towards what matters most to you, and that is a very fulfilling way of living. And that is one of that is one of the, I don't know, like foundations of a therapeutic approach, which is known as acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT. So you might want to look into that, and you know and I hope that you find what matters enough for you to take those steps despite feeling those fears. Okay. So I hope that helps. That is what came up for me. um, and that is what I'm trying to do in my life. Chris says, hello, Anisha and everyone from South Carolina. Hi, Chris. Welcome. I'm happy to have you on this special episode. By the way, who don't know or who are new, we are celebrating like 200th episode of Wheel of Wisdom, and the series started on January 2025, and we have come a long way. And and we have been able to be consistent because we have had fun, a lot of fun. It has been like it has been a fun and safe space for a lot of people, including me. And I hope that, you know, both of those elements shine through in today's celebration for all of us. So yeah, let's see. Susan says, I miss the meditation. I struggle with being alone and loneliness, couldn't sleep. Hi, Susan. Um, first of all, welcome to the space. Everyone here is super nice. They are like, you know, very, very amazing human beings. And I hope that until you are in this space, you don't feel alone. And since you missed the meditation, after the live, if you feel called, I do have a meditation titled If You Feel Alone or Disconnected or something like that. So I hope that that helps you feel more connected, more loved, more held by, all the beautiful forces in the world. So yeah, welcome. Lauren says, congratulations, Anisha. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm glad that you're here for our special episode. Stephanie says 200 lives, something to celebrate. Yeah, isn't it? Hi, Stephanie. And thank you for being here and, you know, spreading your love in this beautiful space. Okay, guys, now let us do some readings. Okay, so let me think what to do next. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Okay, I am feeling called towards. Give me a second to show you instead of just telling you. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Mm, so we are going to do like a tarot card. We are going to draw a tarot card, and that is from the deck of, I think, Light Seers. Give me a second to find it. So yeah, I'm feeling called to do that. So let us draw a card. So here it is. So I'm going with the like online version of it. And for this, I invite you guys to take a moment and again bring to your mind anything that you need guidance on. Ooh, there are 108, hearts here. Oh, thank you for your love. That is so beautiful. Okay. So this is like our card. When I tap on it, it is going to randomly pick a card for us. So I invite you guys to take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need guidance on? And and this is not mine, okay? So no promotion going on here. Okay. So, yeah, bring to your mind what you need guidance on as we pick a card. Oh. So, the card is the Tower. It's so beautiful. I don't know, it feels like a mix of like destruction happening. You know, that chaos that we talked about, change, like a destruction happening, and then also something beautiful. Like, I don't know, that is what I feel like from this card. So the name is the Tower. Oh, okay. And the affirmation, I don't know, this says, in chaos, I walk towards the brightest light. Oh, I love the alignment. It is like perfectly aligning with what I felt from this card and what we meditated on right now. So, in chaos, I walk towards the brightest light. So, let me, read the meaning of it. And by the way, this is like the old card, the tower one. This is this newly painted version of this. Okay, so these are our cards. And the message is, wait a minute, let me drink some water, then I will read. So, the message from this card, which is the tower, is, whoa, buckle up. Massive shifting is what's up right now. Okay. Simply put, expect the unexpected. Even if you have been squirreling away and meticulously planning for the future, the universe is about to go all fire and brimstone on your life. Thank God we did the meditation. Okay. Sometimes we resist change to the point that the universe forces a shift that shows up in a destructive and chaotic way. And other times, these changes are not so subtle shifts in belief that will fundamentally change the way we see our reality. Okay, so two levels of change, whether it is outside of us, which seems chaos and destructive, or whether it is change in the way we think, which is also changing our reality. When life is dishing out crumbling structures and fluctuating paradigms, there is nothing to do but to be in the moment. There is a strange beauty in this deconstruction, as all of the elements for a better life will be found amongst the rubble. Okay, that is reassuring. The true lesson of the tower is just to be with it all. Find the beauty in the moment, the humanity. Trust that you will be held by the universe like you were held by the river, remember? So trust that you will be held by the universe and that you will become stronger and more resilient as a result. Tower moments are powerful, moving, shifting, and you have got this. Life only throws us the curveballs that we can handle, and the tower energy in your life marks a period when you get to reevaluate, redirect, reestablish, and realign. Use this moment to rebuild something foundational from the ashes, something extraordinary. The brightest of lights will pierce through any pandemonium of change that you are experiencing, and you will find your beautiful truth in the darkness of the tower. It's magic in the disguise of unpredictability, sorry. And it will yield a stunning display of your blazing potential. So, two reflection questions for you if you are going through a change or a change might be coming your way. I'm sure it is coming my way. As I said, I've been reflecting like the past few weeks. I've been feeling this resistance to change, and that's why I did that meditation today for me, for any of you who is feeling that. Because to be honest, after this 200th episode, I am not quite sure what to do next in terms of my, career, in terms of the work that I do. I'm not saying anything right now because I am very confused. I'm very unsure. Uh, so yeah, when something happens, I will share with you guys either in the form of a live or either in my group, which is World of Wisdom, if you guys are not in it yet. Because yeah, it hasn't been like uh financially sustaining for me doing what I'm doing right now. So I might have to make a shift, or a shift is coming my way. Either way, there's going to be a change. And I have been feeling a lot of resistance. And today's meditation was very comforting for me because it just flowed to me from the universe and to any one of you who is feeling the same way or who might feel the same way when I announce any change. I'm not sure what it is right now. I'm not sure if I have to go back to a job. I don't want to, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. I will share it later on, whatever happens. But yeah, this reading was spot on for me. And now there are some questions for you guys. but okay, and I have prepared a gift for you. Okay, so I will share it towards the end, but I have prepared a gift for you so that you don't miss my presence. Okay, so I will share it maybe towards the end of the live. And it is a free gift, okay? So yeah, it is a free thing. So don't worry about that. Okay. So the two reflection questions from this card are, the first one is, how flexible are you in times of fast change? Well, I'm not. I am very, very rigid. I resist change from all of my being. It feels like I'm a plant and I'm just being uprooted. So yeah, it just is very, I'm very inflexible with change, to be honest. And that is the question. That was our question, that how flexible are you in times of fast change? And the second part of this question is, how could you be more easygoing? Hmm. How could I be more easygoing? Yeah, so this time what I did was that I tried to sit with that resistance. I tried to work with it. And that was like helpful because if I'm not doing that, I'm trying to distract myself from that unpleasant feeling, which is not healthy. So this time, when this change might be coming, I have been working with that resistance. So that has been like helped me to be a little more open each time. So that is my take. You guys can reflect on your own, or you can share it in the comments, whatever works for you. And the second question is, in the debris of a tower moment, our brightest lessons are found. So that is what the card said. So, what can you take away from this? What have you learned when things break apart unexpectedly? Hmm. So, what I have learned is that so I have to go through like change. Like, so what happens with me is that I build something from the scratch and it takes a lot of effort, a lot of while to kick in. And when I feel like I'm finally stable, something happens and life change. So yeah, so when that happened first time, after it, when I rebuilt something the next time, I was like, what lesson that I learned was that I am more capable than I think. I can handle things that I think I might not be able to. So that was one of the lessons that I learned from that. So that was me being very, very vulnerable today with all of you. And I'm smiling, but my heart is like so yeah, so that was my response to those reflections. Okay, let's see, there are some comments. Pav says, hi Anisha and all. Hi Pav, welcome. We are just going to do, I think, another intuitive reading. We just went through some a reading from the physical books. Then we went through a meditation on resistance of change, resistance to change. Then we did a tarot card reading, and now we will do something. I don't know what. We are being spontaneous, but we are going to do something interesting next. Thanks so much, Robin, for this, generous donation. I really can't express the support that I'm receiving from you, you know, how much it means to me. So, yeah, thank you so very much. And yeah, I guess since it's our 200th episodes, I really, really want to thank each and every one of you who has donated, you know, ever in this whole series, because that has been one of the other things that have helped me sustain this. I want to do this. I get all of this love from you, and that motivates me enough. But in order to sustain this, all your donations have helped me to do that. And that's why we are celebrating this 200th episode. So I am so, so, so grateful. And every time I pray, every time I receive other donation, it's like I go back to all the people that have supported me so far, and my heart is just filled with gratitude and, like, I don't know, astonishment at the kindness of you all. So yeah, thank you so, so much for each and every one of you who has supported this work in that manner. Thank you. I feel like hugging you guys, but I can't. Okay. So, here's a message by Caitlin. Caitlin says, I smell a reframe for you, for you, somewhere in there, Anisha. I understand your trepidation. I feel similar things for my situation too. But some plants thrive with being repotted. Yeah. Yeah, that is like the perfect reframe for that uprooted thing. Oh, Robin. Okay, first a group hug. Okay. Thank you. I needed that. And I loved it. Okay. Okay. I was reading Caitlin's comment. Yeah, and I think yesterday only I like um repotted a plant, which is holy basil, I think. Yeah. From like a smaller plant to a bigger one. And that is also like it perfectly fits because the small like in the smaller pot in a smaller pot, the plant could grow like this much only, the small one. And then in the bigger one it is going to flourish and thrive even more, right? So there is that. Ah. Yeah, so that is very, very true. And that is one of the visual like image I'm going to carry forward with me. That is really reassuring for me, Caitlin. Thank you. Okay, so continuing with Caitlin's comment. Some plants thrive with being repotted, and like plants with bulbs can be replanted by critters. They moved my mom's tulips and daffodils all over her old yard. They thrived still. And the more you hold to the statement, I resist change, then yes, this is how you will view it. I know you know these things with your amazing education background. But yeah, we all can use a reminder, Caitlin. So I really, really appreciate this reminder and this beautiful like imagery to remember because that feels like more empowering, more hopeful. And yeah, and that is why we do these lives, we do these readings because we all need a reminder no matter how much we know, no matter how many things we have read, how well we understand human mind, whatever it is. We all need the reminder at the right exact moment. And you gave it to me. So I'm grateful for that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Pab says, I appreciate the reading. It is so timely. Ah, Fab, I'm glad that it resonated with you. And I hope that we both and every one of us, if we are being repotted, then we trust, we have the hope, we have the trust that we are going to thrive in whatever new, you know, environment, place, situation we are going to be placed in. Pab says, Anisha, congratulations. Thank you. Pab says, you're being hugged virtually. Oh. Robin's Robin says, is that holy basil behind you? No, it is not a holy basil. It is a plant that randomly growed all over my terrace garden. And I was like, I like it. I don't know from where it came. I don't know where the seeds came from, but it just looked beautiful. So I kept it. I don't know if it is a weed or something, but yeah, I like it. So I kept it. And then this grew into these large, it grew this much. So I'm like, okay, I like you. I'm going to keep you. uh yeah, okay. The holy basil is I just took a photo of it yesterday. So let me show you. Mm, so this is the holy basil. So it is found like in most of the Indian homes because it is a sacred plant for us. So yeah. Uh okay, let's see. Let me move through the comments and then we will do something, an intuitive reading or something. Let's see. Stephanie says, Anisha, you pour yourself into everyone else. Ah, I love, you know, that. Thank you. Um, IT is such a beautiful space. Yes, it is. But I'm pretty sure the teachers are not making much monetarily. Agreed. You have been volunteering your time and giving so much. I understand. I truly do. You will know in your heart and your gut where you should plant yourself next. Thank you, Stephanie. That was so beautiful. I loved it. It it was perfect. You kind of like, it feels like, okay, you're a therapist because it feels like, okay, you validated, you made me feel like, yeah, this comment was so beautiful. Thank you, Stephanie. I loved it. Uh, okay. Pav says yes to daily practice. uh, let's see, Robin. And no issues about the autocorrect. I love my two new names now here. Caitlin says, that look like the plantain card Yaima pulled the other day. I would do an image search of your plant there to see. Curious lol. Okay, then I will like send you a picture, Caitlin, after this. Okay? Done. So, guys, hmm, what to do next? What to do next? Okay, interesting thing. Yeah. So, I kept anything I have interesting here. So, I have like this colorful journal that I got from someone, and in this journal there are like, this these coloring mandalas. Again, no promotion, nothing. I'm just sharing. So yeah, there is like these, coloring mandalas and stuff. And along with them, there are like, certain reflection prompts. Okay. So what we are going to do is, okay, the page that I opened, there was a prompt here, which is, if money was no object, what I would buy for myself. Hmm. What would I buy for myself if I had all the money in the world? What I would buy for myself would be, I would buy myself like you know um a cozy cottage in countryside and yeah, and like maybe the freedom to be there without having to be anywhere else or do anything else. So yeah, that is what I would like to buy for myself. Not sure if it is possible to okay, it is possible to buy like freedom from that. But yeah, that is what came for me. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do next. So I'm going to give you guys the numbers as we do in our Wheel of Wisdom. Okay, and here's something by the way I colored. I was like halfway, but yeah, there's a kitty that I colored just in case. Yeah. So I'm sharing a lot with you guys today for some reason. So I will like give me a second to choose some numbers and then we will play a game that we usually do where I ask you guys to choose a number between certain numbers and then I pick a number intuitively. Okay, so I will do that and I will give you the prompt to reflect upon right now. Okay, so let's see what will come up. Give me a second to pick the numbers. Two. Okay. So I invite you guys, and this time no rush, okay? Take your time and see which number comes up for you. Okay, so choose a number between 10 to 182. Here you go. Let's see what reflection prompt is going to come up for us. Okay, thank you, Steph. Thank you, Pap. Thank you, Robin. Ah, oh, I'm enjoying today. I love it. I was sure today I was going to cry because I'm thinking of sharing this change, but I'm laughing more. So yeah, I'm enjoying. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay. Anyone else who wants to share a number and see what the universe wants you to reflect upon? Thank you, Chris. And thank you for all the lovely hearts that have been flowing in. I so appreciate them and I love you guys. Really, I do. You have made a lot of difference in my life. Fab says yes to tears of joy. Yeah, definitely yes to that. And maybe we all will have some tears of joy by the end. We never know. Okay, anyone else who wants to share a number before I pick one amongst these? Hmm. Okay, so let me see which number is popping up for me. So the number that I'm feeling most called to is 142, and the number has been chosen by Steph for all of us. Thank you, Steph. Silverback says, may your day ahead be filled with love, light, laughter, kindness, and intriguing joy. Love this wish, Silverback. Thank you. And Steph is celebrating. So let us go with step number, which is 142. Okay, give me a second to open it. So, my dear Steph, the prompt for you and everyone is okay. So, once I share the prompt, you guys can reflect. I will stay quiet, which I have not today, and we all can reflect. This is a nice one. So, the prompt is I write a kind, encouraging message to myself as if I were giving advice to a friend going through the same situation. Then what would be the message? So take a moment to think about that if you were writing a kind, encouraging message to yourself as if you were giving an advice to a friend who is going through a similar situation that you are going through, then what would be that kind, encouraging message that you will write? So let us all think about or write a kind, encouraging message to a friend of ours who is going through a same situation as we are. I'm going to write it on my uh in the comments. Uh, Steph says, "I'm sorry, I came in late and missed the book name. Can you share, please?" Yeah, so this is like not a book. This is more of a journal that I bought for myself, and no, that sorry that I didn't bought. That someone gave to me, and the name of it is Crafting Happiness, and it is more of a teen journal, and the journal has been written by Sunita Jose. So yeah, there it is. And again, the prompt is so the prompt is to write a kind, encouraging message to a friend who is going through a similar situation as you are. Okay, you're welcome, Steph. So let me also write that message in the comments, and I will shut up for that moment. Okay. No, it is not. I paused. I am right. Like I'm reflecting on that prompt, and I invite you all to do that as well. So take a moment and just write yourself a kind, encouraging message. Okay, so here's my message. Hmm. Okay, let me go through any of the comments I missed before. Hmm. Thank you, Pa, for that beautiful wish. See, Silverback has sent a lot of beautiful wishes to the entire community. Silverback says, Anisha, you have been found guilty of being an absolute undeniable gem. That is so sweet of you. Pav says, I would like to tell you that no matter how deep changes you're going through and how scared you may be because of that, I have your back. My love for you is always here. If at times you can't feel it, may you always slow down in times of turbulence and reconnect to the deep love within and around you. That is lovely, Pav. And maybe, you can take like a screenshot of it so that you can come back to it in those times when you are facing all that turbulence and you want to feel that love, that support behind your back. And it was absolutely beautiful. I love that. Okay. Silverback says physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional synchronized calibration upon you and precious loved ones eternally. Love that, Silverback. And here is my answer. Let me read it just in case, maybe for the recording, for the people who will watch the recording. So, my answer to this, like my message, would be, my dear, I know you are afraid of what's coming next, but maybe what is coming is even better than what you would have received if you continued on this familiar path. You have dealt with this phase of chaos before. After this comes clarity. It is just taking some time. So be kind to yourself until that clarity arrives. You have got this. So that would be my message to myself. I would say a lot more things, but yeah, this is what came up for me first. So here it is. And maybe Steph, if you feel like sharing your message, you can do so in the comments. And if not, then you can simply share how this prompt made you feel. And anyone else also, if something is coming up for you guys from this prompt that I shared, then you guys can share it in the comments. And it can be something comforting for everyone else or something that you can come back to later on. So that was it from this book, which was Crafting Happiness, like journal, not book. Um, and now I feel like revealing the gift that I created for you guys. So, second, give me a second to open it. So, thank you, Silverback. That is so cute. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, okay. So the gift was that so over okay, thank you. So over like the start of season since the start of season 2 of this Wheel of Wisdom, like from episode 101, we have done over 80 meditation. Out of those 80 was um based on like the quote that you saw on Inside Timer. Okay, so we like meditated on that quote. We created some affirmations, and then we reprogrammed our subconscious mind using the wisdom from those quotes, right? So now we have, um, so today I sat down, I checked how many meditations were we able to do on this theme, of quotes. So we recorded 80 meditations out of the 100 episodes that we have done in this whole series. And like three or four were some extra ones. But other than that, we have 80 meditations. And what I did was, I don't know when I would be able to release them, whether they would be approved or not. So it would take a long time. I'm still releasing meditations from season 1. So what I did was I took all those meditations and I created this gift for you so that you guys can access it. And the way I have put these meditations is so a lot of you guys wanted this wheel of wisdom, and I didn't had any way to share it, like because the books that are on this wheel are like the books on my device, so there is no way I can share it. Plus, the books are not mine, so that would be like a copyright issue. I cannot share someone else's book for free or something. So, but the meditations are mine, and this concept of wheel of wisdom is mine. So I combined the two, and I created a wheel of wisdom that you all of you guys can access, and this is the wheel of wisdom, and all these entries that you guys are seeing on this wheel are actually like the meditations that we did. So there is like the name of the quote. Okay, so these are the quotes along with the episode numbers. Okay, so I created this wheel here. So when you tap it, just like we do, it spins and it chooses a quote for you. Okay, I will share where you can find it, but for now, let's understand the gift. And it chooses a quote for you. Okay, and at the bottom, there is episode number. Okay, so you can easily access the meditation. Now, so I'm going to give this wheel to you and all the meditations for free. So, um, and here you can access. I will just go to the comments in a second. Okay, I will just go to the comments in a second, but let me first explain it in a flow. So, where you can access it is you can go to my profile on Inside Timer, which is Anisha Maheshwari. And when you go there, you go to the About section, okay, where you guys have always accessed the recordings. So, when you scroll down here and you click on this, you will see something like this. Okay. And here at the top, I have put this gift for you, which is Wheel of Wisdom Meditations. And here in this, you know, you guys will, through this, you guys can access all of these meditations. In this, you have the wheel, you click on the wheel, you choose the meditations. The wheel chooses a quote for you for that day. So I have included the instructions there, but a quote is chosen along with the episode number. And in this whole thing that you will get, you will also receive all the meditations. I I'm still organizing it in a more easily understandable way, but it is all there right now. So yeah, okay. So like you will see everything, you will understand it. Like all the meditations are in the order, so you can just go to the episode number and access it. Okay. Uh, so I hope that you will like this gift. uh, and yeah, the wheel of wisdom would be there guiding you, even if whether or not I'm going live or not. And yeah, this is for the meditation part. And I will also add season one meditations and add a wheel so you can just use the wheel for everything. Um, and I guess yeah, and for like the books, the reading of the books, I've already created a playlist, as some of you guys know, that all the episodes up until now, the 200 episodes up until now, including this one, has been recorded. And I encourage you to use the playlist in the similar way. So if you're missing the book readings, you can just close your eyes, choose a number from 1 to 200, whatever number comes up, go to that video, and there you have your readings. So everything is there for you, even if I decided to make a change in the work that I do. So everything is there for you to access. And this is the newest gift that I created in terms of meditation. So yeah, I hope that you will like it. Um, okay. So yeah, let me know if you have any doubt in terms of how to access it. But it is again in my profile, in my teacher profile on Inside Timer, when you go to the about section, scroll down at the bottom, you will see a link, and there you will go to this gift. Okay. Uh Let me go through the comments. Mm. Hi, Mary. I missed you too. Welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to make it, to the final minutes of this meditation. Just got too excited to see you. But yeah, thank you for being here. So much for being here. And we're going to do one last thing, I guess. Not sure. Let's see. But yeah, today we are being spontaneous, so that's why I'm all over the place. Um, So let's see what comes up. Steph says, my signal keep cutting out. That was wonderful. Thank you. I got a lot of making sure I look after myself first, as that's what I would tell a friend. Affirming. Thank you. Love that, Steph. And love what came up for you because, yeah, put your mask first, and that's how you can help others, right? So I hope that this week you do something to take care of yourself. And in every choice that you have to make, you put yourself first. You make sure that you meet your own needs. And and interestingly, I have included that prompt only. Like that is the prompt that I have included before you spin the wheel. That asking yourself, what do I need today? So that you gain the answer and the universe can support you and guide you towards that. So, so that can be one of the questions that you carry with yourself, into your daily life. So thank you, Steph, for sharing how it went for you. Okay, Pav says wonderful. So thrilled to check out your gift. So am I. I'm really hoping that you guys like it. It is not the best. Like I haven't organized the name of the meditations yet. It is clear, but I need to make it more beautiful. So I will do that by tomorrow. But yeah, you will understand everything when you open it. So yeah. Mary says, very exciting, Anisha. Thank you. I must say you are a gift. Oh, thank you, Mary. That is so, so sweet. And I'm glad that you were excited. David says, that sounds wonderful. David, I'm happy you like the gift. Okay, guys. So, hmm. Okay, now I'm feeling called to do one last, I don't know, reading or receive one last message. And that message is going to be through my social media. Not going to mention anything around it. You guys can always access it through my profile link. But, social media is like a bad thing for a lot of people, but it is not for me because I have invested some time and effort into making sure it is not, into making sure that it shows me something that is uplifting, that is, relaxing to me. Because my social media feed looks like, okay, let me show you. It just looks so beautiful. I love it. So this is like what my, like scrolling section looks like. See. So I love going through my social media. It is like so relaxing to me. So yeah, okay, that is an ad that I cannot do anything about. But yeah, these are like I love watching it. So okay, let me play this one out. Then we will switch. This is too cute. Okay. So Myra says, what? You are telling us to go on your social media instead of sharing here? Uh no, 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 I'm not saying to go anywhere except inside town. I was just saying that we are going to do, I'm going to like close my eyes and scroll through my social media, and I will stop at a place where my intuition says stop, and I will read out that message for you because I have a I have a specific section on my social media that delivers good messages, like nice, reassuring, kind messages. So I'm going to go towards that. Okay, so that is the last intuitive kind of read that we're going to do for this because we have very small time and I wanted to wrap this up in 2 hours and we have like 6 minutes. Okay, so okay, give me a second. Yeah. So you guys can also bring to your mind anything that you need guidance on and let the universe, deliver the right post to all of us so that we can receive the message that we need to hear right now. Okay, this is too cute. I love this, that this is our message. Okay, let me show you here. And the universe is saying, I believe in you. That is the message that we are wrapping this live with. I believe in you. This kind of reminds me of like this cartoon or even that TV series of Mr. Bean and his like I don't remember the name of the bear. I think it was bear. Yeah, so it was like amazing to see, all the mistakes, all the chaos that was happening in each of those episodes with Mr. Bean and how everything kind of worked out in the end, uh and all of it was comedy, like I don't know, there's a quote that says that everything in distance is comedy and in closeness is tragedy. So like while we are going through it, we feel like, oh, everything is falling apart. But when we remember it, sometimes we laugh about it. So yeah, that is another thing that popped in my head as I looked at this beautiful visual, this beautiful message from the universe, which is I believe in you. And interestingly, when I was in my master's and when we like completed it, there was a teacher and she like wrote she wrote a card for every single one of us, and she actually drew this like I believe in you on that card. I still have it. I have to find it. It would take time. But yeah, she actually drew this like honeybee and everything, and she wrote this, and it reminds me of that. This is just so beautiful. So yeah, guys, believe in yourself no matter what life throws at you. You know, remember our meditation, believe in your skills, your own capability that you will be able to navigate when even when the waters get rough, in the river, and everything is going to be all right and even better than you have imagined. So yeah, trust, have faith over fear. So this was it for today's live. This was the end of our two. Okay, the electricity has also gone away. But yeah, this was the end of our 200th episode. I hope that this was a fun episode for you. It was for me. I feel like I got what I needed from this episode, and I really, really hope that you guys also feel the same way. I really appreciate, you guys staying so long, like for 2 hours with me. You listening to me ramble, you showering me with all of this love, sending reassuring comments, giving me perspective shifts and whatnot. It has been such an amazing, amazing journey. And I'm just so grateful to this space inside Tiber, and even more, I don't know, in awe of the lovely souls that you are. I've never ever felt like uh, I've never felt so loved, so accepted, like I belong here, like, I can be me, and you guys love that. Like it has been a very amazing, amazing experience to host this, to host all of these, 200 episodes. I owe it to you guys, really. I know we have never met. I know maybe we will never met. Maybe we will. Maybe someday I will host a retreat or something here. Not sure if you guys will come from all the way across the world, but I have found a family in you guys. I have found my tribe, my people, a sense of belongingness with you all. And I'm ever, ever so grateful for it. Really, you guys mean so much to me. You don't even realize that. And I really hope the best for you. I really hope that you guys find some ease in your life, that you guys feel loved, feel valued, feel held by the universe. I don't know, like everything beautiful that this world has to offer happens for you, for each and every one of you. So thank you for being a part of my life, of the space. I love you. Mary says, "Oh my goodness, just love this. Just finished a retreat with myself and sister. I feel that was the message. Remember, all can do it. Yeah, we all can do this. Believing in ourselves." That's it. Thank you, Mary, for sharing that. And wow, congratulations. Amazing. I hope that that was, you know, I know it might have been a mix of both pleasant and unpleasant experiences, but I hope that pleasantness was more. Okay, David says social media has been a real help for me in sharing my music and staying in touch with people, but this is still so much better. Thank you, Anisha. Thank you, David. That is so sweet, and I'm so glad that you have reached the heart of people who appreciate what you have to create, what you created in this world. Ah, and maybe I will search for you and listen to your music later on. David says this app has become our family. I feel the same way. Chris says congratulations on your 200th Wheel of Wisdom on Inside Timer, Anisha. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Okay, David, maybe you can share like the name of your music, like music album or whatever it is called. And maybe, yeah, I can listen to it later on and maybe share it with others. I cannot, but don't mention the name of the other platform because then your comment would disappear. So yeah, maybe just the name and we can search it on internet and we all can support you or we all can just let your music into our life. Okay. So, okay, we have gone over 2 hours. Uh, okay, now it's time to end this live. Again, a reminder, which is if you want to access all the 200 episodes, the recordings, and if you would like to access the gift that I shared, then you can go to my profile, which is Anisha Maheshwari on Inside Timer. Okay. When you go to my profile, you will find the About section there. Okay, go there, scroll down at the bottom, you will see this. And here you will find the recordings, the live event recordings, the gift that I prepared, which is all the meditations from this season 2 based on the codes, and the wheel itself that I created for you. I'm going to modify it and add more things to it, and they would automatically appear if you have opted in. But yeah, so I hope that you find them helpful and you can go to them anytime you miss me. And I will let you know what happens, Um, yeah, so you can simply follow me if you want to get notified about the next live event that I plan. And I will also make an announcement regarding any decision I make regarding my work, you know, on my in my group, which is on Inside Timer. It is called Bold of Wisdom. Okay, so you can join it. You can search for it or you will find it again in my profile when you go to the home page. Okay, my phone just hanged. Yeah. So when you go to my profile, you go to the home page, and when you scroll down, at the bottom you will see this group which is World of Wisdom, and 130 beautiful beings are a part of it. Because I share like summaries of the live events, like the name of the books that we read from or the readings and stuff. Not sure today what to share from it in it. But yeah, all the previous ones you will find here, and any future announcement would also be made here. And if you like the meditation, if you like my energy, and if you would like to explore my content here, I've organized all of my tracks in the form of these playlists. Okay, there are 4 playlists. You can go through them and see, if you find anything helpful for you. And the other thing is uh, the courses section. So I have like 7 courses here, and I'm going to publish three more courses regarding nervous system regulation techniques. So there are like 60 nervous system regulation techniques that I'm going to add here. Um, so I'm editing the tracks right now, so they would be published in a while. So yeah, you can check these courses or just follow me. So when the new courses arrive, you can check them out. So yeah, this is all that I have to offer. I hope that you find something helpful for you. David says, I'm on most of them as myself, and you might enjoy Dream on Sunshine, peaceful version. Oh, I like that. Okay. Let me write it down. Let me take a photo of it, and then I will listen to your music later on. And if any of you guys are also feeling called to do that, you can do that. You can support David. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for your presence in this live, in my life, and all of the live episodes before. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. May you all be safe. May you all be healthy. May you all be happy. May you all live with ease. I hope to see you guys soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Bye. Thank you, Silverback. Bye. Bye, guys. Take care. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, David. Bye.